Good morning. Welcome to the September 26th edition of Advisory Live. We're powered by Nasdaq IR Insight, and I'm your host, Will Briganti. And joining me from Nasdaq Advisory Services is Miles Clouston. Miles, welcome.
Thanks. Good to be over.
Great to have you back.
Great.
All right. It's been a couple weeks. You're back from vacation,
Yes.
which is always a great time.
Had
Exactly.
a fantastic time in South Africa.
That's right, in South
and
Africa.
Went all over, and it's good to be back, though. But
Awesome.
Yes, thank
All right,
you.
well, it's good to have you back, Miles. So today we're going to talk about a lot of economic data and some macro developments that have taken place over the last couple of sessions. What's been your sort of overall take?
Yeah, I think we'll start with the Federal Reserve, where, as anticipated at the recent meeting, they kept rates unchanged, but they did finally unveil that they will start to unwind the greater than $4 trillion balance sheet starting in October. And so, despite lagging inflation, though, the dot plot does continue to show that we should see one more rate hike in December and then three more in 2018.
Sure.
And obviously, this is despite the lagging inflation, where just yesterday, New York Fed Dudley said that he still believes that lagging inflation is transitory and that should revert more to the target 2% in the medium term. However, one of his colleagues or counterparts, Fed chairs, also was maybe less confident. And so the market has been a little bit jittery lately due to what's going to happen, especially as Yellen is actually anticipated to give a speech today. And so the market will be dissecting her every word to get a sense for, are they still on track for a decision. And right now the polls are saying for December 70% chance of a rate hike, but only a 20% chance for a March rate hike of next year. So I think we'll learn a lot hopefully from the speech and in the coming days around where the Fed's continues the path forward.
Thank you for that top line outlook, Miles. Let's switch gears a bit, but stay on the same topic. So what will some of the recent Fed rhetoric, how can it impact global rates?
Oh, certainly. From a global rate perspective, we are seeing, if you look around the world, in the Eurozone in particular, they seem to be getting a little bit more comfortable. And while they haven't stopped their easing yet, they're probably getting a little bit closer. So we're probably seeing kind of a trough, a bottom, where rates currently are. And over the probably coming months and few years, we'll start to see the overall global interest rates start to rise a little bit. Especially, we're still seeing, solid growth. Just in this upcoming earnings season, we're expecting corporate earnings to be around mid-single digits. With that said, valuations are around historical levels, especially here in the U.S. So, corporate earnings will have to be firing on all cylinders to make sure that we can continue to warrant having valuations and to see them further expand down the line.
Okay. Now, that was going to be my final question. We're at the final trading sessions of the third quarter. Do you have sort of any kind of forecast on how earnings should shape up for some of the major sectors?
Yeah, so especially with some of the bellwethers tend to go earlier in the earnings cycle,
Yes,
so there'll be a lot of attention on them as to then what the potential spillover is for the rest of their particular sectors. So financials is always one that some of the bellwethers are earlier on in the cycle. Then you have some of the big conglomerate and also healthcare companies that tend to be earlier on. So the tech names too. We did have a recent pullback in some of the FANG and tech sector in general. It seems to have rebounded a little bit today, but some of that's just profit taking. Also, tech has been a huge outperformer year to date.
Okay, great. Miles, thank you so much for that top line take. We really appreciate it. And we look to have you back in the coming weeks as we get more economic data and as the earnings season starts.
Pleasure, Will.
It would be great to get your input.
Great.
All right, thank you so much, Miles. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Miles Clouston. He's a senior director with Nasdaq Advisory Services. For more information about all of our investor relations solutions and further support, please visit our website at business.nasdaq.com. And you can always follow all of our updates throughout the trading day here on Twitter. Follow us at Nasdaq. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll be back to you on Thursday.